Yamo bibia akwaba na yemfa mbra Mega TV and platform we eso. Ahanum your number one authentic platform. Mega TV. Listo wa na Kusi poku edi nsem bi aba monten so. Ono de o se John Mahama pa so betena se ahwe amanko fobi a mo John Mahama mamwo mu sabi obetena se di nani se yahwe ama mu asa amammu ni de. Ono listo wo ebi nsida na mum obekoswa kasa obekoswa make sure say John Mahama, the president of Republic of Ghana, was so CD. They na cocoa board issues. In fact, cocoa board sikasem any related to farmers. Akofa in some about chemo Dr. Randiabi. I was say omujin free ho because he is so incompetent to the job. Abusia and some ben ena list to the can. Message or document betum now I like this very video. Now I subscribe to the channel no. Na BBB akoso 101. Yanko na yankuti ensen bi ne koba na kaina ebeto aso e platform yeso.
Abetenasi okumkom. Na akwaba ya nua. Na mbom tisen. Ehu ane mehwefo. Unta de ya na mefepa. Amidas. Na nento kwane ye fugu na wanse. Ene ade na wanse.
Ene manse fugu in protest.
Of what?
May protest against John Mahama.
Aden why aden? Oma aden.
Edman de omoye.
Okay.
But me start here free baby amenia.
And very well.
On say me de krata akosi yenyi randi abedi. Menti omonka. Na masem nyina ne say enye si yenyi na di no na emede. What must say?
It's you.
Baby, I mean, you are the CA. And I am a target.
Sir, and Crophobic go short positions.
Sebi, Senka, ye ja will be my next na baby. I would say. So one year, Juma. And Cassisi and Cabua here do that's where Coco board CEO. What must say? Oh, say, Oman Penny or Cassembi New Year, meaning in your dream.
Asemeno
say yewo MPP MPP any MPP Ghana any yewo NDC
Ghana
say NDC Ghana ni yewo nene nya adwen ye twam ni MPP Ghana because MPP na na ebi ade etemu boni e koso nyina ye ntimi fa meka NDC ho nene nya adwen say NDC bibi e koso bia ye NDC
yes
enti say bibi boni koso ayo be say NDC yanka say MPP ne NDC for na akabu maye enti me ni o mampani nya adwen say any MPP Ghana na ye MPP he wants to preach a certain element of togetherness but you say onya sundie ba bia emra nya adwuma enti no you say peace and justice no one must come first. Wherever there is justice, there is peace. You can't find peace before justice. There be. My justice in near moon. No be who say, oh, there is a justice system that we all look up to. Say, bibi boni bi kosukra wo memua. Obi abeti ya to say there will be a just system. Ebe ma ye nyina ya ye hwe. I'll use the cocoa board example.
Okay.
When we call hono One more no year adwuma nyina MPP for. Yes, and you didn't see you because Senka MPP there ya more money adwuma there. Then there is no need having Randiabe there. There is no need. Omo ma say ade no and na ogusu ni omo year adwuma. How do you expect any change? Ebio, uba ya omo ye bone no. Why na odi na ko say Ubeka chese odi oma koyoko oso oboa enye no kre
onu aba we ka se wo makomo
ye odi oma koyoko omo ye auditing ewei 1 year ni ewei no kre ni sen kwa ye auditing ake ye no kre no co finance cocoa board finance omo nyina am say apart from 1 or 2 persons be omo ya MPP for enu nti na bo anye duba a ono nya adwuma cocoa board da Sense Randy Abbey, me secretary on the year, my boy, year do secretary. No, on the year, Juma, and what that's on the year, Juma. I don't know, John Mahama, on fat a coup for the secretary in Juma. I don't know from my body, the bread. Say, John Mahama say, you need MPP Ghana, you need NDC Ghana, you need CPP Ghana, you need Obia. Uncle Fair coup for the driver, man in driver. No, Uncle Fair coup for the driver. No driver, no, I don't know. Now, NDC Ghana. No cry mummy and can because people won't find tell that. I didn't know find your mama or Ghana. To the extent say you see your mama airbus in tea. Then for your mama con say a biaso. No man, now you saying it no kuno. Airbus, I won't even she. Then you can't for your mama or Ghana. And to your politics are and you are some and not Christo some and ya baba yawa. No baba job preacher to me say there will be no enemies of the state women who be catch them say many omon and to kesene omon kwa mani ya ka baby omdo mani du ye no na ka ba ye ka wo to aso ka baby anka ye du kenya eni anini omon na man na tanfo bibi e ko so ohun omadani anuma kone omakọ etifia ko nsuo no na o ma ba na force abebusa ohun miracle aboadini nam ewuram na mo NDC fo yetumu fo mo tie mo so den ti se prego mo so den o mo so dene mo nko na mo ni na me so mpa John Mahama o nko na ye Kristo ni oni bone on pe bone on ye won pese be boni di wo bone bia mu na bede na o ma na koso so we are judge here wudi ni be to anim se obi adi ewu na wo ka se o mi de mi nyame sum timi mfa ne nkwa afiase meja wudi ni se won kono na wiase a obesa kokko obi am yesa de na ba wani eti am in protest dia ko so na time o mi so kokko board obi na obetimi aka che me se Ghana hanum enya no kre se institution dia ye NDC for caucus e dey NPP for caucus MPP for the omo no ma NDC for ni na di no mo no mo nko fa ya adwuma no ma dia nko ba ya o de o si dabi o mo ye Ghana for when the catch say NDC for the omo Burkina base eti enye suba papa and I'm calling on all NDC for who protest against it. It's wrong enye the papa say wo ba mu na wo ba wo ho na wo da so ya kwa e wo wo man mu na wo mu happy before ni hu na wo sere mu I am wrong and yes am ka che John Mahama say on ko fa ku for the driver man me drive no won ko fa e ku for the secretary o pegana o president na kabom e ku for the secretary na the secretary won ni chief of staff edi won ko fa ku for the chief of staff na the chief of staff from up pare fie wagu kura wo hu pi ni anyi Julius ko tena fie I am wrong so whatever has happened at the presidency must replicate down there munyo ready are there more human beings than the NDC for nana ya mo so some fonso kan ya wo dundu ni MPP for ni ngenti amo estates omo ka se dun so start aba omo kan wo omo launch ba omia e Thanksgiving omo de bonu nyina omo de bonu akwaya ni team ya se de ya saso ketei na pampa so apa kwakodu na hai ya friend say zafuna pania Nicolas Omani champion or the bonu se dun so aba because omo ni so omo MPP for omo ECG a omo be dun kania no that's it ada na mu kwa na mu ni na mesom ada na mu tete ama force na fe na John Dramani Mahama no issue statement. Who issue statement for what? Muni konfo na di muni mo na ekoba muni mo. Enye sa mo sabotage mama mu beba amane. Afa na radio na ma o yi na ne ho ano. O cheche mu ba kire ma kire hwan. Wo ba anya no mo na ya adwuma.
Apart from konfo ya wo susu se wo mo ye MP for
no. Me example. Obi a wo say sa cocoa board ya mo cocoa rehabilitation 350 million omo sa ko parliament akodi 700 million enya sa no na ma woka company na omo man sa contract na went ni anya no oba enya sa company na no World Bank 100 million na ma no so on sa anye
okay
na wo be ka che na yeden omo enemies. NDC is their own enemies. And they should stop complaining and just every time. You know the problem. Why would you solve it? Penny no call in the office, no. John Mahama call in the office, no. Or call the driver call. Were you the chief of staff? Were you the secretary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you in and call for no more year? I don't know now. Where penny no. I would the dear and Antiano. Were you in call for no one fan people from Cotton? No. Adie wo call one point we say kokotra koko board one only MPP for na ye adwuma wa bra ndisi kokoso ho adeti na mo yesa ECG sa
same thing
ECG be bia be ko bia sa now MPP for do mo ni pa cha NDC for
mo di meter
eti atia wo bia no asa ko dina so NDC ni Sunday wachi na mo ko campaign no ba dia na obedi
this credit here and for na e cost ni ade ni
sabotage o ma seda MPP for no o mo pa ba we di money because o ma hu say buy not now for 1 year without a scandal and o ma seda ba o mo tiri po say ko for mu ye ngu o ma ni mu ase where Dumso under John Mahama was an orchestrated thing.
Sure.
Yeah. It was a sabotage, a political sabotage. It is over now to say Dumso is over. No, Masa Kwa, Musem, when you're who for the next century. No, be a Timika doctor for some Munko strike many pen, Nipa. But we can say Dr. Srebo, Abu and Muano, say Munko strike many pen. Nipen, Mikokaya, made the doctor for the court. Okay. Not John Mahama, president. 2015. Sir John Mikoshiano Afrikiku. Now when this problem to meeting 3 days after and Omoko strike and a minia by a queer free Yanko for the crazy or qua was why maybe. And I made one material Omoko court. I need to a doctor for to court and strike beam. I could follow the search Munkona pen. When we any power only on Twitter say, or me a Ghana Fronti, MPP and this your man and Yajma. Yeah, Quatuaba, not than one cast MPP for the Ghana, this phone like a painting, when you Quatuaba, you need John Mahama. I don't know if this phone out of my campaign. I am wrong. They can't say John Mahama say it is wrong. And you don't want to I am wrong.
Sure.
I was saying the patois, Uma. And that's how what treat in Yamano. Then I could probably use Christo crack your bow, sorry them. Now, when you say, Domama, or years on Moyepe. Chiabana Bunipa, I've been say, MPP for the Bonia, went down more on Namwa, or most other body in Abaswa. Coco body, a very typical example. Because they say,
Cocoa price we reduction we buy here MPP for Dennis Miracle Abuaje and Richard Ahiagbamu when we see Omo Kasano. And I make say 2024 Baumia encounter with the media no obi bisa question.
Yes.
Edifa or how
a
cocoa board. I'm a Baumia can say Onyawe. It's not a community. Some how we are never
fast. One community. Now, who's coming out the campaign? Who see a yap sway the abroad for campaign? Oh, Quaquatia to say I have problem. Cocaine. A small buy a moment. A bedroom baby, never catch a gun for some moonlight taxi because we have paid taxes that are in public, some other private pockets. No one says come from the woman. Yes. I don't know, some of your buying. Now, and confirm where you seek out one way out where John Mahama, one man can't say PDS or Bobby. I was saying, not that be to program, not a buy where we park or program, Nasi. Comfortably. Gabi as a rotter that cook for to bottom me balawo. So boss no na misero. I don't know to misero. PDF no man for sika. People scanner e twa na mo fire na. O mo test scan no phone so no want. Enya nyante Ghana na John Mahama na be catch Ghana for say oba hwem. Now be deal drastically with it. One more money nam Ghana ha ama enya they have found their moral right. They have moral right to discuss politics. Ghana. politics wɔ Ghana ha ada na moma nipa
oya shenkrofo honestly
there is too much pain I'm telling you there is too much pain
nyaka say no ni
eti kwanya John Mahama be ye na amafo gine ho obi ani say John Mahama oye adwuma dada obi ani say oni adwuma. Oh, there are people who don't know who they are and it pains. Yankopon had this opportunity of John Mahama share the whole world. So bisa. Do you know how Trump really understood God for the second chance? And yeah, easy. Say Yankopon ebe fasa akonya sawe so ama wo bia hwe de we na John Mahama di John Mahama no akwa ti say at the time bia any question obi ati biem enya hede nyame ayew wo go watamfo ani wase father push them down because Yankopon ba Yesu Kristo kro wo chiaba politics ne no enya strategy say stratagem how to outwit your opponent, that is the key word. Stratagem and everything we are saying. How can MPP find their voices in this country? Say na ye kasa MPP need to be kabi akwonfo we mutimi bi o manu kabi amaboyefo we di for amaboyefo ye kasa odwemu a mutimi bi o manu kabi all because father for all how please
mesan about ho listen na Kusi poko no na otunze hit gina mu ono ampa nka obebu a Wednesday se de directive de ba say yen she fugu no obeba no bom ene o se de do protest because what the petition akoma mampani say yen pam koko board CEO Randy Abe ebi se wokotena ho na djuma o yen suani woni MPP fo bi a wo ka ho ma koko board asai woni o mo na guso ye adjuma no ene nti ne wo ye protest de no nana mesan aba
wa ko office na bua he do secretary a wono ne kon na krana wono na wo saye wo secretary
we ja no
information be no fan kwa bontin we nya sabe ne
Martina na ye nkoso na afi ye nhwe ene nkomo no ho ne ni de la ye hwe nyame adomo a Friday 27th of this month na His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama Mashiri Jemina afi the State of the Nation address no what they akwa tuja so far said your minus ifako say na uhunu no and what are some of your expectations nyame adma Friday I will say obeti free His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama.
Okay, me da say so far say ehwe amambo na President Libuna in fact infrastructure na your friend then kwan na honkeka hode so far 1 year big push here nyame adaroma oba oda odwin fa ho ya odi bai ehwe big push be mo si a ye di omodi ye kwan ubeda ubesore na ya gu gate no so at as because who call a friend there hwidiem
yes
hwidiem kwan for so many years kwan ya da hwa na sen omodi ma contractor ndu nda himpo ya start say ye gu so into hwesania hwe your friend Kumasi highway ya edahaya hwediamo within a year hwediamo year now apart from that nipa na sitting first no ebedum baby a ukoto nsuo we ewo your friend then store u bebe fie na obeda no hu be kasa akosu agikoto ba ko brem be call you see we mi tomo 1 cedi as say 1 cedi 50 pesos but see for so far you buy 1 year ni nyama is stable. Says you see you buy na say no wo hin na wa ba gina 1 cedi da ho gina ho no ma look da ho gina baby e wo emu your friend 50 kilo ke baby e ko dui
yes
na hwe baby asisi aba 5 kilo baby e ko du angwa na ye ton 1002 sisi angwa aba 500 into hwe na petrol sisi a petrol na uka sisi 1 gallon ya 40 something
45
angwa petrol ko ya ko 120 gallon
90 to 100
na say petrol to 1 liter your friend say 23 cedis
yeah
into 5 times your friend
4.5
into usha then nam 100 plus so at yes
okay
into na say ni na petrol sisi a petrol aba form say petrol so na kita bibia mbesiafo be kwa kofa aduane kurase dia ba driver ni ba tuni fu ani lorry fam ani nyina ye petrol na so sisi ani nyina ye stable dollar hwe dollar bibia dollar kokodu ye koya to 17.85 na say obia ba within a year dollar ba to for to be ban 9.8 we are 10 since yani highest akwa 11 enya do 11 and asan so start say drop because when you in the form we den you bu mine no na ka di ba ko sa de no na since ya Ghana ni bia abrantie bia o sorry oh yeah campaign di ma John Mahama no sa de na since
ene ere ade no
anu ni prosecution di o ka kire yan no
okay
o ka kire Ghana fo say atembuo bo ye adwuma na sa atembuo no ye hu atembuo no start say ye die nani hu sa atembuo no ya ye di 1 year njai
na so omacheche ngrofo no bi ya che abu wa ha
ya
che give to why mensa
kusi ni tri na kasa wo ho na we gya na akɔkye ne bia kusi ni tri wo na wo si ni tri no mpɛ ni tri na akɔtwa ne bia small one na wo ho no mo akasifo no wo
kusi ni tri ani hwan
na onye bi na akɔda US ya
kanu frata
masa na yo Ghana ha obi ko your friend loan dia bre Ghana na yo Bank of Ghana ho na wo dia akofa wo bank na wa je percentage da benda na sa business for Ghana for Republic ya ba e bi esida NDC ya wa mbemu atames na hwana na NDC fu woni bank ni bia finance minister former finance minister your friend is saying ko bra na ni banker uti so ye sade no no bia ye sade no nyina ye janu motio uhwe die mosia chairman your friend is saying chairman Kumasi chairman most untumi wase Ghana asase owie so tumi tina TV so yi nyama du chira dede owie ni nyina won nam ho kofu bebre ho a masa youth no what they are looking for and apart from that youth no yenhwe na because youth no was sorry DNA no was sorry masa uba rural areas na boys no was sorry DNA no yam peduma papa bia ma mo man ya uba ye adwuma ne said den so be lose grounds ubi bisa upa ye one way analysis yam bisa omo enya youth no afi ba kwa no na sa ko we ya no pe na we lose grounds it is say anhwe na anya de mbrantie na nketesi anu wo pa ye be lose ye be say ye be ye Ghana de Dubai so na ye lose grounds ye be sre the youth no pe no ye mom
any accountability prosecution
okay no na ye hwehwe and apart from that no na ye changes ya che our sector government sector na ye hu there reshuffle ye see someone ye if you say enyi nipa ne dimpa oda also wa kra amandu de na akoto zabila
ahonsu obi no so no
ahonsu obi ni eyi krodo site ase nipa no ede no kwa na nkasa be ka che de meja adwuma na nya wo na jai na wo na man jai site ase ye sanya no na ye su ye nkrofo a wodi wo yi wo nanim a obi ehun de sani pay or NDC ni because masa amofo adanu laughing stock awo kromo
true
many of the youth when we are university will devote oneself our kita one masters will devote oneself for DNH ayeye campaign since MPP funu hu na will be someone there yeah na party buy there na wenya yes
omo bisa na omo party MPP buy omo krade no munya
bebre o one mama kan sem chro since MPP ni bi mpo NDC abi enu mpo no linya mfaso
ndi enu kra
no linya mfaso sanso di 3 NDC ni no. It is a changes no ya Coco bot mpayfu pe one of the region mpayfu anu nyina odo sisa wonyina radi adda ho ada sa o man kana nka wo hu de odo osor sisi anu maka wa kona so woni yesi aboa no onya onka wa on finish nchira odi usa akoni nansi bonu numa afi o maka wo ukikem den na you as a CEO otiwo o si secretary a obi use no akono ono na me ne yeduma esi da benda for wakoti na obeye Randy said, "Yaba me boom by 1 month to say 2 months ni muna na yabo ni."
He's the first appointee. Yes.
Not what to now.
Okay, there are so mama me ba sesia ye gura ma she bedwam sesia e de aba debate bi e koso wo ho na the minority leader Honorable Alexander Afenyomakin ewe economy ne ho ene nsema hodo nyina yemura mumra sima ye ba na afi ye nto adwuma di ne so fema.
Correlation and benefit to the ordinary people on the street of Accra. Mr. Speaker, the finance minister is here talking about inflation. What is inflation? When you go to the market and you cannot afford and you say inflation. Mr. Speaker, yes, you can, because the finance minister came here talking to us about some 15-month import cover. Mr. Speaker, we are not interested in his economic theories. Mr. Speaker, the finance minister must know that this house is not interested in his new theories. Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana, and I start from the youth, you promised them 1 job, 3 shifts. I expect you as a finance minister to come to this house to address us on effort you are making. It's been 1 year. 1 year. Your own constituent, give us data. How many people you've employed? In Jomoro, in Ebaregira, in Efutu, the transport minister, the roads and highways minister, in his own constituency at Dakru. How many people have benefited from job creation policy? You come to this house, and you tell us 15-month import cover, and you come and spend a whole 1 hour when your people have no jobs. Mr. Speaker, even when you come to the recruitment, it's a complete scam. And I'll explain to you, the recruitment into police, immigration, prisons, you are now even telling the youth that they should go and buy forms. They should go behind computer and do aptitude tests. In this country, how many areas have internet? The youth are spending more. The youth who are already unemployed, they are borrowing to spend, to have access to computer. These are things that you have ignored. You've ignored. And you come and sit here and say, Mark, you buy electricity. Mr. Speaker, this morning, somebody told me that she used to buy 1,000 for a whole month. Today, even if you buy 2,000 for 1 week and soon, Mr. Speaker, let us be careful what we tell the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about electricity. NDC came into office. When they came into office, the first thing they did was to increase electricity tariffs. Instead of pursuing reforms under their own research agenda, they increased electricity, totaling 30%. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, the reality is that electricity tariffs have gone up by over 100% because, Mr. Speaker, the consumption, the people on the street in our constituencies, what they buy is unable to sustain them, and they know the numbers. They know how much they purchased in 2024. They know what they were buying in 2023 as compared to what they are buying now. Mr. Speaker, that is the reality. Next, Mr. Speaker, next is the cocoa. Mr. Speaker, our cocoa farmers have been a supporting pillar of our economy since the days of Gold Coast. Mr. Speaker, this government came into being and they have abandoned all the supporting pillars of the economy. Mr. Speaker, I don't need to be an economist to understand what leads to economic growth. My basic ideas as an entrepreneur are enough for me to know that when you create opportunities, the economy grows. Mr. Speaker, this government promised that upon assumption of office, a bag of cocoa will be increased to 6,000 Ghana cedi. The finance minister says so. The ranking on agri says so. Mr. Speaker, today they rather have reduced the producer price at the comfort of his office. At the comfort of his office, he reduced the producer price. Cocoa farmers, wana how, onyawo how, enya wasem. What's your office now? What say so? What's the one more haircut? What say so? You sat in your office and reduced producer price of cocoa. 1,000 Ghana cedis is what you took away. Cocoa farmers cannot pay fees. They are borrowed from the cocoa crutches. They cannot take care of their health. Those matters do not concern you. Then you come and you say Ghana accelerated National Reserve. What we demand from you, Mr. Finance Minister, is to immediately restore the producer price of cocoa that you came to meet. If you cannot increase, don't reduce it. If you cannot increase, don't reduce it. That is the reality. That is the reality, Honorable Finance Minister. Mr. Speaker, again, instead of the Finance Minister introducing incentives to grow the economy, he is not. Mr. Speaker, what businesses need is rebates, tax breaks. What businesses need is a proper environment to grow their business. Mr. Speaker, the minister is not offering any of that. There are no incentives in the economy. No employment. No employment.
Honorable Alexander Afenyomakin Nefutu ano ema sebedweni wonu ano san minority leader edema MPP amanyukono mra sebedwem mi monologue time etwem kame bon semu ma no se de wakasa wi na nka me fa makonya akokwa ametimi na nka me de man se on fa maba omia se wo ye mampani wo meye ni ye niam a waka ni nyina 1 year me monologue etwem ntino yemfa wodi ni si de yemfa wodi ni si na fe minko nepokuo wonsem na woka no na fe wodi kakra ka ho Alexander Afenyomakin Dr. Kasela to force ya chese se economy na sase fa ne ntoma pa bidi fra bibia ye kama nyemeguso a eye stable deba eno ho ensem na ekoso Alexander Afenyomakin pa chese economy na ye yi anka nipa bebre na mo nya adwuma nya ye economy na ye yi anka ye honorable Agoja Gardens ni kuro mu kura no dey na watimi ayama youth na timi benefit eno no dina mra hye bedwemu a wo toto mane epa chese na wo hwe cocoa new prices na aba no kura no a aban we atena ne dem ana one ma haircut watete akuafo sika so 1,000 Ghana each every free one bag so for land na fe mi nkona na ye pokuo
me da se so wo hwe afenyo de okekenya ye na ya ma no kwan mo okekasa ade no okekasa ansami because onu na bredo a anka ya te cocoa so say no even price ye de amasisi no anka obe call lower than this because we are bredo mpo na ye to cocoa $12,000 no krampo o ye ndem anu krampo no cocoa fu na anka wa de etumi
12,000 per metric ton I think 2024
yes, early 2024 Satam na osanka otumi tumu mpoma cocoa one bag mpo otumi ton be 6,000 roughly we sisi cocoa ni krampo na be 6,000 mpo one tumu
okay
one tumu na sisi ya ti cocoa so from 12,000 na ma babe
4,200 go so record down I think
go so record down na wonyonko atina ho a plan de da ma dia ba gina ho na edede academy sami say ye di yes say ye politics ye politics di ye because when you na one say she nenum nan so yansu ye tafeta from ha na ye jemi nti tem bia onya asem bia oba be gina ye de because energy sector asem buy obianim wona wo hu bon say you serious na say yes you deal with Mbra Ghana energy sector asem krampo anka afa want to be sorry for parliament no nkasa no mbe de intimesre o man penyin mama yesre me musulman
okay
mesre no on bo modin no on start the promising yen no on sorry na youth no obia lehwe no the only yede on the esrokon na me digaga me bubo nyama wa ye na okeka ho na
me ni ma ka nyina
yes sisi atakwa de se nyame ya dom be 2027 hono no se nyame de yen kwa che na ebe tu afri akra hade na se ese lokota kra de enam duwa road duwa de copy takra de sometime
de la me da se
nti ebesre one start prosecution one start na manfo onde dia wo ye no won ka wona anu
me da se pa we know de la guda ono NDC aboso ward chairman Christian Hunivali ana hotel in cancer or cancer sesiano mama nkai wo se wo pe baabi foforo akwakojojo ho woni abusua no woni wo yere woni wadanfo woni unia se mo pe baabi akwakojojo mo ho a bia ba kopa metimi akanfo de ama pa Safari Valley Eco Resort woko ho a omo a very nice environment serene environment weather no very cool honum na ema wani timeje ewo ahomeji a opese wonkojim se wo fifie wo pe baabi ada na wajojo ho be ba cho Safari Valley Eco Resort wo pese wo ye wedding wo pese wo ye yie wo pese wo ye party say ye birthday party na party bia engagement ba cho wo kwa wo mu onhyehyɛ ho no so betimi agye so na afi wo mama baabi kama ma wadi sa adwumadi ni nyina ho kai na hyɛ nso say wo between ekugu akuapem ne edukrom akuapem ɛdan honom oduwa ɛho afa yie pa ɛho kama yie first day am we na me dwense no abrechi ɛho yɛ kama pa enti wokɔ na se dwumadi bi apese okodi wo no se opɛ baabi nso ada se me wo ye weekend get away bi na wanya nice place ada aduane pa nice environment omo man made lake a ni nyina de mu aboat nke 26 so woni o yire na na betimi atena mu na mu pa che kama omo zoo harmless animals wo mu a woni namu na osuso bi mu na che kama yie pa enti won ko Safari Valley Eco Resort for ani chire ho na woni beje now de eho eye enkabo aba number betimi afre omo so nie 0596 914 394 0596 914 394 0596 914 394 and now bet me visit your website no www.safarivalleyresort.com safarivalleyresort.com na afi oni o medin kita ho bia wo hia anasa wo hwehwe na watimi akoho na de make nyina no wankasa watimi di wani akwa hu mamenko list one na Kusi poku ono ye executive director de my good governance advocacy group Ghana GAG watena se na afi ye ne nto ankomodie no so neboku nyame ya adoma His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama Friday ya 27th wo kona State of the Nations wakwakobo omanhu bra wo men se de ne sifa ekro akane dia de akere wo man Ghana so far said ya memo yakọ any your expectation on Friday the wo hwehwe se wo besan ya tie free o mampani John Dramani Mahama enum ene de yin
dedi kan se wo hwe nkwasoma yakomu fie nwotwe ya oba yi ene China foot mi kodwa so Turkey for ko Vietnam for ko enyuma kura ye no Ghana ha ye ho ahen han eyadimu sabi baby otumfo obo no le ho hia no owie ye no kura no se economy se ne dollar ya ye ne ho keka ho nyina kamfu ano owie ye wasati abedweku a omo be boa owura atofo sen ne eye Dr. Siama Bank of Ghana say after so mo ye gold board a same gemfi da no a etimi aboa so ye chi aye yensi achi ba ama yan kwa hu hemu se ka koku asemi ba ye nka ehfa ne ye kwa ko piskafi ni nyina achi no ati abedweku say ɔmo san for ɔmo nyansa ne ɔmo nimdeɛ mɛboa na aban no
yeah
na economy na ye kura ye fi se aya waya ade no kura no onye ma ne nye
sam kana
ye ho ha ye yie
okay
se na be ya sabi de ye funu dia ne omen
sanity
na nipa so se odidi me wi na afei de aka ne dia aye se waku aboa no atwa ne tie de aka ya homa enti wahibi enti expectation is say baby economy na duro no de di kan yɛda nase ba yɛda ase a ebi yɛ den emra biem ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛ liver twist sebi yɛ asking for more no ɛyɛ because you feel say why be paying na mpanifo si de onim to ne yɛde ne gyina akyerempɔ ano
sanity
enti ɔnto aso na onyema ne nyɛ krabɛhwɛ na ɛnɛ owura to force de economy ne ho hyehyɛ ne nneɛma ne bi akɔto mmarahyɛ badwafo ani
yes
ebi na mete sɛ
afenyo market
ekran akwa friends
Alexander afenyo market
odiboyeni
man
afenyo keka bia obobobbo ho sensem NDC omo ye omo enemies the NDC is their own enemies na emeya say adwuma de sabi sese abeye record ena sese ye mane ye nananom nyina fun yinti sese obia hu se kwan wei ena aban wei di afa so ena kwan wei na aban a waba enso so di efa so enti sabi enye obi na besi trododo amatoa because obia hu se John Mahama aban wo de ne toto akufo adade ho aban ne ho a sese wo didi John Mahama atem
asamum
oh yes it's an insult. It is said the Obusa say Mobutu ne Rawlings why na ye papa what you say
okay
so obi onim de Mobutu ye and obi onim de Rawlings so
yeah
until the Rawlings go to Mobutu ho na say ase opese odidi Rawlings atem because Rawlings sebi when you train Panama we what you say
yes
enti waye bi na yada se bi mo biem on the economy. Ebio aboso ba so na meja eden epaye. Bo se na Ura Muhammad ma Ghana fo a omugbo twi di na chi no. The song that they couldn't sing say Rollins kokko ntinu omo ntimi anfa ne kokko na and when they told them, say na Ghana for ya dream say Yesu Christo or your coco. Tina no Mufe Rollins Junior Jesus.
Okay.
No say do something before you die.
Now
what you say?
Yes on your coco.
Me pacho debatable. Me show me tuntu pa na say Yesu. Yankopon ba no na Yankopon na mu so obo me say ne sesoa. Na wo wani Kusi na ehye mu no. They ni hu ade white ni hu ade ana say black ni hu ade
black ni hu ade
so to me kata white ni nyina na white black ni hu ade sa na enem rofu ne tie bibini ne hu bibi e wo wiase bia bibini ne hu bibini bibi e wo wiase bia bibini na ye bruni ne de ye tie ne say obo bibini ne hu ban keke asa sa na wani Kosua na Yankopon pese o che so wani Kosua no
enti Yesu ye bibini
Yesu Yankopon na mo ye bibini
Yankopon na ga say
omo na eye deformity nti no me kokko
mati yankwa
now diema Ghana fo botwi di John Mahama campaign chi enye so bo keke na ne ye bo MPP fo say omo ya amamboye fo ebi ni say omampani oni minua ejakwabena and ye interview bi no sani Kofi Adoma so ye interview
okay
so that time no na the traditional media no che say unim na ko interview omampani na asempa
Saturday former president
yes
yeah. Okay
na ade Nyankopon ebo ya ebu anipa na esa ha nipa refie tie na nanum tai kase atiye
ma refie
Emma John Mahama masa asemi bi man abrabo mu da. On kai se ye de ye no eye ne ya. Eni man ko fo ne de ye no ohini o sofo bia wotu ne fu se onya man nka bia no on peni yi on peni man yi. Oye man boyeni so ye ohini oye man boyeni oye sofo oye man boyeni.
Obi a wotu president.
Enka sa ka Yesu me emphasis wo ba bia Yesu twa ba no.
Okay.
Why plan the preaching forgiveness tell Yesu? Why the preaching forgiveness tell Yesu? Ghana ye Nyankopon man. Enti unfunctional dream say so fu bia ba nanim so ba be ka kire ni say fata wo mo a bisasa de na Yesu afan tell wo mo a no mo botata wo ni papa so dem.
No dey ababo.
Unfanye na quotation so fu bia ba wo be ka kire no. Let bygones be bygones no eye kasa eye amaboyefo na adwene saa. And I don't think John Mahama yemaboyeni. Far from that. Far from that. But it do baby the pain in some of us no say nka na ntwie ni na ho den a kana nkwase ni nkuno. Abo na ntwie akwasi apofo agye bonum bi. O say abo ni di nachi na nkwase ni nachi John wo di nachi John ene mayanka. Ntwie ho din niam sabi o mane na ba ko so a na nkwase ni be kwakotena obetrata kwakwa pisi amani.
Won kan ha
o mane na so won kan ha no o pega ne nan abo na ntwie no towo na nkwase ni a na nkwase fuoyi na afenyo gina ho a wokeka nkwase asemi. Nkwase de o ma fo mumu ba discuss economy on my way because John Mahama is the most lenient president. And it has been his weakness.
Omni moral right to be also.
They have no moral right to discuss economy in this country. No one, not one. Sanya NDC me yo moa bon samwa. Wo ye omo NDC for na na ye omo ho a. Kan pipi ni nia no. So bie na no say Ghana ha ye ka economy asem o ka bi. Na mo hwe mamboye ni amokofa ne ma ni bedi o ma ye ni fie nwotwe. Wo ba ne nsema no wo ka. Se me kwa akofa ba wo mia ono na se bi Nyankopon di wiase nyansa nyina ase ni trim.
Mi nyina ase ni trim.
Unqualified post of vice president, presidential candidate, party ne so dey wave bra because we need DNT. Afa obaya economy ni da baabi. E no so ti baabi. Amachi de denim.
That's obechi dollar. Obechi dollar wo krom ha wo kan me nyina ete ya wo dikini ma.
Any 17.
So the other winjire mu buy.
Any 17. Say buy ade 17.
COVID, Russia Ukraine war. Ni nyina wo se ka ho. Ana ma ni ma pega.
Say your baba be say I don't want to be infuriated. I will hold it. Na say ba omia no mu ne record ye ne da omo na power no ntie woni dem. We are obrani to sa power sa match de kan. Obo ani na ye oda sadam ye chi na bia ka chi na do so. Economy nti ne ko fa ne bai. Shall track record. And then people to me Ghana for any economy. Eka mebule ni adwuma asem e wo Ghana ha. When private sector mu gu no ho ya na ni brebre akufo da busua ani brebre afo. Mu gu private sector ma wo won wu market ya wo ya adwuma nyina. Afekwa da na mu ni mutimi the tax officers e ko gina wo so. Mu nya adwuma npo na chese o ma nya mfaso na mu nya bi. Esi wo ma we companies be now follow up. Ebi ni mu dwane kwotena Togo ekoye adwuma. Shoprite mu na guye game ewai. Omu wie no mu do musika ko share Malcolm. Ntia no pe. Ntia Malcolm ti omu ma ka nyira ye ngu no. Omu gu no. Shoprite way. Ye ka economy asem. A bank a government that was making other people's businesses run bankrupt.
UT Bank. FOD
up. Banks are who do good or my when one man might get three. Ye ka economy asem omo timi gyina omo na so parliament oni failure oni shame MPP ni oni shame
ose NDC amako ko akua for haircut
yo
afenya market
say the aba na yeka I said President Mahama timi self spending adi na rally da so to office self scan yeka wan something was my small deal na saying scan you saying
85 million Ghana cedis
compare it to 350 million compare it to 100 million. And when say Milani, they are their own enemies. It's painful.
Now, me adma Friday. What are your expectations?
My expectation is say, on your reshuffle, and we are
one.
Kind state of the nation, we are on a reshuffle statement. Metal Banting, also a reshuffle.
And a minimum appointees, no,
any money, a minimum majuma.
This is phoning in a baby also account. Apart from
the brainy majuma. About 2 or more quam. Will be a while of you say cocoa your boyfriend and I a football derby. Derby. Only majuma. A bill,
me too.
My expectation is say, I will say a buying a money yen say, if you know crew, we are pointy, we are high, we 4 corner, so we need time out of the corner. Pay will be never for the man, or into a place like 4 times near war, and special aid.
I agree you,
because the old castle bien well news and a chia. 4 corner being one fan and what? Because feedback is very key. Here on my penny ya and then answer. But the TV now, I'm sorry, say he's a different man. John Mama is he's the only difference between MPP and NDC. Yes, he has shortcomings, he has shortfalls, he has his flaws, his own flaws. Well, you nipa. He say what John Mahama say. Private sector for me shiame. Now, me boshe. Anya boshe ne keke. The feedback we hear say my baby mine fie afi baako. Ene kakra. The feedback is saying, send your economy may come on. The person with team on only the first mampania, and now will be a open mampania dear. What me gap a bag Ghana for him say Ghana for me and my neighbor Besson, na penny or call you for more. You ran a tell me said Doha, Nedoha. And that penny in the back tell me, I say, you are may come by go for now, make Doha. The first person to me as Adiano. I need to know, you see. I like him so much so that Oya from straight to me, I'm a papa. Because he's the only reason why MPP and this, no difference. And it is what you seem to buy it missing to the point say any consequences say John Mahama buy when you seem to bem because we're bapping with the experience at hand, any consequences and your man kitty. Sure. Everybody banako and any question or ya uncle Sam share or 2 for soya only nami only papa only than 4 say the bay bet me can plan it is any no plan ya for so can him straight Sunday was the mama behave Cabonianim. Don't let your appointees take you for granted.
With the way I think say call accountability hopefully say
I'm hurt.
He's being too lenient.
Yes, I'm really hurt. I thought he had changed. He has not changed. He is too much of a lenient figure. It's not helping him. It's not helping his government. He should crack the whip. There are so many square pegs in round holes. So many of them. Mamumet left you know who's a reserve player Efini. There are so many brainy intellectuals are NDC wa MPP Nibi. And you know, fill in the gaps. Napoku are in a funny currency. London, my friend, mind the gap, because there are so many gaps that need filling. the gaps need filling.
Okay.
And you know, back to what I'm saying, they say my expectation is say obey reshuffle. They to should be my expectation ba ko sa ne say obema sa grassroots for na omo abemu ebu no ebri abemu ebu because insanely be a day minka omo expectation about the Mahama government, you know, folly. No, you say he has started well, he has done well, but they expect more of him. Because say Mahama by way, you know, say fairly Ghana for democracy. Democracy no good.
Waka. President Akasaka.
A good.
Yeah, waka.
And you know, any I will still re-emphasize that point. When you say oh you lenient.
Ehuma bro no doso.
Say unu pesua on. Asema me kan no. Ebe anything pa. Nanso so no minim say when you be a say or crack hwepa on hwenachi.
Okay.
On hwenachi.
At least
you must opa wo ye hwan. Opa. Oh, Julius Kazimbi. I say that will be the timer. Why do you also only president Yadam for so or Frelkra or Frenukra on fa? And our friend Bessa catch us a coha.
Go here.
Ubaconi or elected a ho. Because of down my way, my canoe baby, the message to me beam. Say, to the extent that your man 2 knees or my man penny. That's a me now pokumpo, and I'll do 2 me man penny man just 1 day. Atadwe mate denne. Me come kura me fancy
come here hobi.
O ma yemi hobi papa. Na wo ko fie sa me sa me mampani dada. Afa na me ko he dan yakọ renti. O ni papa. Aburo ni mitrim. Boni ni mitrim. Na ni pesu no e na ma for so taking it for granted. You should learn how to crack the whip. So Bible quotation, I will say a man. Baby, I used to train pray no. Not the piano postoria. When you unbehave like Jesus. No one funny say Ghana, the church. Not on crack whip.
This justice, this pay your prosecution. Na BBA timi atoto na kwemu or pass government official to say MPP or metrum say Entimi Amaso copy 2028 maybe Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama o si from a betimi any impact be e NDC
I shall say create impact negatively, yes. It's dwindling the trust, the fortune, the hope. Ama bibi ama Ghana for cry dream almost say enkofu o mo boy game. Oh yes.
Omunyina the same
person. Yes. I have a background and on the board of your friend match of the matchness. Match of a matchness. Omu ye pe.
Scratch my back, let me scratch your back.
So wo de yencho because of bi aba be catch say emi yencho ti ejawo. Ohini bi etutuntuma abeka se yenya ti ejawo. Yanto aba mo ohini yanto aba masofo.
It's Obama president.
To make us a quotation, they say, Obi shed our first quotation, and send me a fikakra. Mark 11:13. Namomi and kind from Oman Penny. Say, yes, you po, yes, Oman Copon bar, watching a bar. He should learn how to crack the whip. He should learn how to crack the whip. Confo ye dream na pokunku akọ kai and I pay the bia person ye and abemi nya scandal omu ye nipa mumu yanka boni anim na omu nya sebi aso abofo omu ye nipa some people for e fa se fu soldiers nyansa echi omu mpanifo nimu a ekebi anke no mda so abemu enti sa obi appointee no ye boni a na poku koka mimi o se na munchin abo so say o pani ye nti ene enam sana obia ye nadwuma obey ni kodin ena won say afi baako ya nya scandal so say they are struggling koko ade ya wukan na ka radio ni asembia o ko ni asembia da ka obi etimi nkodia ba bi say yeni radio edi da because wo kura na wo ton $10,000 no wo di mu ohamu chichemu aduasam yemu 32% of the $10,000 and I would demand kwani no what was there $10,000 one pam wo kura one man fertilizer one man chemical one ye hia ma ko kwani no na wudi ni itimi na mo kasa na ya wu ni papa wo ka wa no tu ntia ni papa no wa ka wa no tu etiene ye se wo ka wa no tu ma yebu na nsani ni wo de wo ka wa no tu yebu kwasia wa ka wa no tu ma sese no no wudi ni no obodal wo se wo wa ba ne nye ono na ono book ya ni fa so no ya $10,000 ni ka de on 10 million no ma kwani ni 50,000 your friends 5,000 Neka kwani ni sesa misika no koma ni 50% of the FOB price wa mano sa ni pano wo ba ya wo krokro no etienne wa mau
nya wings
yawo na senka me kesi su dua se nantwie ni na ho den a nantwie aboa nantwie senko ni na ho den na nkene mu ana waye mu a
anka obewo so
na pusu ne ho kakra na nka enfotie we num ko nu nya nantwie na enni
nebo hwe owe ni quotation menya wa hade ama Mark 11:15 to 19 or say Jesus arrives in Jerusalem, enters the temple courts, and drive out those buying and selling, overturning tables of money.
Wow. Aso for you late here. Oh wow. Come church it here.
Wow. Enti wa se de wo kai no we asori dem na ebi ton no wo twa ba de pamo wo mu nyina ekọ neighborhood 1 minute na ye de AC no West expectation na wo bobo so wawie wo kan your friend saying wo bo the reshuffle
the agri sector the expectation agri sector
okay.
Oh, say, now who's a Greek minister? Yen Yoma Bibre.
Yes,
but to say me say me person me queer. Processes na ye di ye queer no. Any di ye business wa Ghana ha no.
Yes.
I was say o man peniti ni mayenya one stop shop say uwa ha whatever you need about agric I was say unya.
Okay.
Whatever you need about any other sector,
someone said to me can be. I think yes. Very good.
Agri sector
very well.
Last but not the least, no person metis a dun so wa buy way.
Okay.
No person me di masu way. Ebeti say dun so e wa buy way because I buy way no. E ya buy a sabi penina odi animu no. E ho bi plenty aboasre wa wo gene bagura. We need any to change.
Okay.
Ebi ato ni pen. Me ya na maye eni me nya anye nenam. One ye proactive in making sure say there are saboteurs in the system.
Very well.
Omo ni omadi.
Very well.
Omo find this for hye ho. Omo do omo man. People ni bia tan ni man. E ka ne nkuna nka abawe afeli.
Me da say.
Etime sra omo.
Me da say.
E ma na nyansa. Wakase mi yanka
mirasi
mi yanka nyansa fo kasa
mirasi listo nana Kusi Poku executive director de good governance advocacy group Ghana GAG wono na wote ne nka sisi ano na nenso no Rene Odela Guda wono na NDC aboso
why be so called chairman nana
because
obi asend me text say
The lot of so
future chairman.
Future chairman.
Yes, inti ensem no ena yakọ akwakuti ediaba no. Inti wutie nsem a ekoso a na kyese. Yewra list wo no na Kusi Poku mani gine ho papa because oye one person bia ensem niema a ekoso e wa ndisi amamu emu na no. Owura we wato no boase. Ena oye den. Or criticize the eye any the enye ohu a woka. In fact, on kase ono na oye ne ho campaign ma John Mahama bae enti niema bi ikoso a obebu ne ni eguso dabi. Niema bi ikoso a obebu ne ni eguso dabi. Na mom waye den wayire ne ho ena obo aban na chi wo niema bi a omo decision bi a omo take a emwa. Sebi nipa nyina kase odowa due na nipa nyina so tan wae den due enye den a sebi mpafo ka abegwo bi to honom se obi a wotwa sa no onim da se na yi ne chia den achia enti se ndisi fo ena mo bu Ghana man sebi anye bibia ena mbenya no correct perfecto anye bibia ena sebi aburu sebi enya do ombenya no ni pepere yemu na mom eniema ni bi wo ho no ma adabaraka o se nipa eka ho asem eniema ni bi wo ho no ma in fact o se nipa eyeden ebo mochi wo ho but doesn't mean say na dia omoye ni sese no MPP for papa de che omo da bi da. I can boldly tell you say MPP for niema mbeye no kurom ha sanya John Dramani Mahama ene ndi saban ena mo so oman mu a enka niema ndi saban MPP aban beye na the last 8 years from 2017 to 2025 January 6 na busafo Ghana enkoyi. That is why I agree with Listo one na Kusi Poku say ye one PP Ghana and the NDC Ghana okamboa. That is a perfect explanation and all the two honor no. Because you can't tell me say Akufo-Addo Ghana no be this no. It's the same as what we are in this now. No. You can't tell me say Akufo-Addo anybody Ghana na ne wom no. The same as what we are in now. No. It can never be. It can never be. Akufo-Addo the Ghana no. Akufo-Addo Ghana no. Didn't mean compare to John Mahama Ghana. Because and the ease of what transportation fare, ease of what petrol, ease of what price of food and food and goods and services. And yenya ease kakra ho ye ho ahenhan ye wo baby. And okotofu utumu say oh why o gauge no petrol gauge na ashutu kakra. Fuel gauge na washutu ko kakra. It tells you something. But kwado any kwabo pencil utumu say okotofu I didn't want to pa so na oyesi ase nko zone na wasia beda. Which means say wuntimi to hwe unduru level na was a uduru no. And you must spend a whole lot of money to that. Abusafo no kwasema ewum ni se MPP aban amebwa Ghana enti memo bia ntre ba bi nkasa mbre na do dan Akufo-Addo eni yewura bomiate so no. You can compare to this era. In fact, it is abysmal during those times. But we can attest to the fact that MPP for TH mo ankasa feel the system mo ankasa nyema yekoso say nyekoko issues we a eno my say they will still criticize, they will still lay hands on innocent people in this governance because omuni say Dr. Randiabi first of all or a spouse personality or only the spouse. It is surely issue by and they will relate it. That is called a propaganda no kware any ntro any say a propaganda and akoto akuafo binom so tirimu e ma menom ye papa nom anya omumfo so a omudi omusika and no mo hwe etebusafo and similarly to work in amene no ya adwen listo continue with the fire. MPP never again. In fact, Ghana, we are building. The reset is on what? On fire. And nobody can stop John Mahama from building this country. Not even micro, mini, small, petty minority in parliament. Bye bye.